the best show to talk about my faction. Can get me and Max reactions. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, welcome back to MyFaction Reaction. You're here with Nathan. One of the biggest questions I'm getting during live streams and when we're going is what grinding method am I using and what characters am I using? So today I just want to do a quick video updating on exactly what I'm doing for my grind. I've got two options for you. So I'll show you guys both and how you guys can, if you don't have the same cards, find cards that will maximize the grind that you can have based on what cards you have. So before we jump into that, don't forget to hit like on this video. And if you like this content, don't forget to hit subscribe. Helps me out a ton as we continue to grow the channel. We're getting close to 2,400 subs. And at 2,500 subs, we're going to be doing a 12-hour live stream. I'd love to be able to do that in the next few weeks. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. That being said, let's jump over and look at the grinds. Just very quickly, too, right before we get started, I want to make sure I give a big shout out to both Alan and Charger from the Discord. I'm using both of their methods here. Alan's is #1 and Charger's #2. So I just want to give them a big shout out and thank you for participating in the Discord. I really appreciate you guys both. All right, so we're gonna take you over here to Weekly Towers. This is where we've been doing our grinds. If you've seen my past videos, this shouldn't be a surprise. We're gonna go to week 32, match 3, because they have unlimited finishers. So it's gonna make it real easy. Now I'm gonna show you this method first, which is my preferred method because I never have issues with it in terms of it being broken up. So we're gonna choose Jey Uso 10. Elite Undertaker and Ichiban Hogan. This is a collection reward from the Eras pack, and this one's available from the Toy Titans, and this is a collection reward from the Toy Titans for getting all of them together. So you may not have all these cards, but I'll show you an option if you don't have all these cards and how you can work around that. So let's jump right in. All right, guys. So I'm going to pause this a few times. So Jay's going to start off with the super kick here, and then we're going to make a tag to Undertaker. You do have to get the timing right on the super kick because unfortunately he has a running super kick finisher as well. And if you're a little too far away, it just goes for that automatically instead of hitting the base super kick. So you just want to get that. So super kick. We're going to tag in Taker. Taker's going to do a quick kick here. Now that we've done that, we're going to lock in Hell's Gate, the super submission with Taker. We're going to switch to Hogan. Now, Hogan would normally be on the apron and we'll drop him down. He's actually dropped himself down in this case. So what that means is that he's going to get some points for climbing back up onto the apron. So we're going to switch right to Jay, and we're going to do something a little bit different than I normally do, but we're going to run up the turnbuckle and start a taunt up there. And then we're going to switch back to Taker, and we're going to finish the submission there. So up there, start the submission there, and then we're going to lock on the submission there, and we're going to get the points there. So that should be, I believe, 617 MFP. Yeah, so 617 for the MFP. It says a few more seconds there in terms of MFP because we were doing the pausing there. We're going to do a clean run through here. Normally, Hogan's he'll drop off the edge sometimes, but he doesn't do that all the time. But if that's the case, you can completely skip that fact. And then you can go right to Jay and have him run up the turnbuckle. If Hogan doesn't drop down, you're going to want to just stop at him and drop down. I'll show you guys this time. Super kick. Tag. Yeah, so he's not dropping down here. Kick. So down. Taunt. And you want to make sure you're using the left taunt with Jay because he gets 15 bonus for crowd control there. So 15 seconds there, 609. We'll do it one more time here just so you guys can see it. And then I'll show you guys the other method, which I've been trying to use. I don't find it as reliable. This one, like, once you get it, Jay's super kick is almost never reversed by the CPU. which makes it really, really easy to lock on. So he's going to come over here again. Super kick. Tag. Drop Hogan. Left taunt. Back to Taker. Submit. So yeah, this method, like I said, it's like 97% successful for me. As long as you get that super kick down, you're good to go. So 609 in that case. So I can steadily get 609 without any issues, without any breakups, without any mess ups. So yeah, no, really, really easy. It's my preferred method. All right. So between methods here too, I just want to take a second. I actually tried to record a video of it. However, the lights don't actually show up properly. They all kind of just look white when I'm trying to film it. But if you guys have a PlayStation controller itself, I've got the Astrobot one here, but around the touchpad. So if you're playing on PlayStation, just a quick little FYI, around the touchpad, there's actually going to be a glowing light when you hit the submission. If it's white, and it'll flash before the submission actually starts, so you know which button to hold right away. If it's a white light around the touch screen or the touchpad there, hold the X button. If it's a darker pink, hold the square. And if it's more of a peachy color, hold the circle. The pink and the peach are going to take a little bit of time to get used to on which one you have to hold. But like I said, when you lock the submission on with the Undertaker or with Gunther, or I guess Gunther, you're not doing it in the next method, but when you lock the submission on with the Undertaker, just look at what color your remote is flashing or your controller's flashing, and you'll be able to actually pick the right button before it even prompts you on the screen, which will make tapping even easier. So yeah, I wish I had, like I said, I tried to film 2 videos, one with the lights on, one with the lights off, and videos just kind of come out the light being just white in general, so it doesn't really show you the colors there. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Now, that being said, I know not everybody's going to have J10 here or Ichiban Hogan or Taker. So what are you going to do in those cases? So you can bring in Gunther here. Now, Heatwave Gunther is in the diamond, or is in the card market, available if you don't have him already. I think he's currently priced around 62,000 MFP, but as of next Friday, I believe that's the 14th, he'll be actually dropping in price as the new Galaxy Opals are introduced to the market. So he should be closer to 25K, like 30 to 25K. In that range. If you don't have him yet, he'll be an excellent grinding tool for you. Very much similar, we're going to use the super submission as well with him. Now, in this case here, I'm using Bray Wyatt and Ichiban Hulk Hogan. I'm going to show you what you guys can do here. But if you don't have either of these two, you can use our MFP spreadsheet, which I'll show you at the end of the video here, in terms of finding the best characters that are going to get the most MFP for you during the grind. So I'll show you that here. So in this case with Gunther, we're not going to be doing any tags in or out. We're just going to immediately go up to Solo, do his power bomb here. So we're going to do his power bomb. We're going to do a quick taunt, but when we do the power bomb, we're actually going to send everybody to attack people on the other side there. And the way you do that is you hold the L1 button and then you press the right on the D-pad and your guys will go over and attack here. So as he's doing it right now, we'll send them over right now. I'm going to hold R2 and do a taunt. We're going to lock in the super finisher. We're going to switch to Bray. He's going to do his quick taunt. And then we're going to lock in the finisher with Bray there. So that gets you 633. So 16 seconds. It took an extra second or two there because I was doing pausing here there. So we'll rerun it through again. I don't love this method because there's a little bit more prone for error when you're sending the guys to attack on the apron. It is AI, and I find that they're not as good in getting everybody off the apron, or sometimes they can get reversed as they're trying to pull guys off the apron. Not my favorite. All right. So we're going to go right into the power bomb. We're going to send our guys over. We're going to hold R2. We're going to do our taunt for the quick taunt. We're going to lock in the submission. We're going to switch. Bray's going to do his taunt. And then he's going to lock the submission in here. or the finisher in there. So once again, 633. Pretty quick overall. But there is a little bit more unreliability in terms of pulling the guys off the apron, but you can get a little bit more MFP when it works.
The bloodline looks as menacing as ever as they prepare to establish their
All
dominance
right.
once again inside.
Powerbomb. Send them over. R2 taunt. Quick taunt. Switch to Bray. Taunt. Then lock in this finisher there. So yeah, this is a good method too. Like I said, I just, although I missed 15 on some. Oh, Hogan might not have climbed the turnbuckle, climbed back up on the apron there. And see, that's part of the issues that you can't have with it, because you're relying on the AI to do things sometimes, and whether it's pull it down and not get reversed or getting back up on the apron can make it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, so those are the two methods that I was just using right now. Now, I did talk about a spreadsheet, so let's go ahead and we'll go look at that. All right, so here's the community all-in-one toolkit, which you can find housed on the MyFaction Reaction Discord. Links in the description. You guys should join that if you haven't already. We've just hit a 600 member, 600 members, which is awesome. Super great community, and it's growing and being more and more active by the day, and we'd love to have you there. So in that Gunther method, which I suggested, using Gunther as your main engine there, you may not have Ichiban Hogan or Bray Wyatt. So if that's the case, what cards can you use? Well, thankfully, you can go through the sheet and find your highest performing cards. So what you want to do here is look at your cards that you have and figure out which ones you have that yield the most MFP. Now, the sheet is in order, and the colors tell you which color the colors tell you which type of card class it is. So you can figure that out here. So say you're going through here and you're looking for a card. Chad Gable, it's a card from Eras. It's available in the market. I think it's like 30K right now, and it's going to be cheaper as of Friday next week. So 43 points for sitting on the apron. So if you bring him out there. And then, but really what you want to do here is you want to look at your card collection and then figure out which cards you have that grant you the most MFP. And we've done a deep dive on the sheet. I'll link it in the description here, so go check it out. It goes through everything and how the sheet works. But yeah, this is a great tool to look at your card collection, see which cards that you have will make the most bang for your buck in terms of grinding while you're doing your grind. And then potentially you can save up for even some of the better ones here as they become available or they get cheaper within the markets. So yeah, I hope that helps. Grinding is one of the biggest questions I get on my streams and in my chat, like in my comments on my videos. What are you using? Who are you grinding with right now? So I thought it's not hugely different from the last video I did, but it's a little bit different. And I thought it was worth just taking a second to talk to you guys about what I'm doing right now, what the options are. And at the end of the day, you know what, really, I'm just going to tell you to do what you're most comfortable with, because if you're doing grinding, you're going to be doing it over and over and over again. So what makes the most sense for you? Like I said, that Jey Uso method with the super kick, I find has like a 97% reliability rate. As long as you hit that super kick right, everything else works and there's no reversals. And it's steady every single time you do it. So for me, that's my best method, but you may prefer the sending the guys to attack the guys in the apron and going that road as well. There's more moving pieces to it, and I found that sometimes I can run into a little bit more trouble as we go through and do that. But like I said, it's whatever works best for you guys in the long run. Let me know in the comments what way you guys are using to grind right now. I'd really like to hear it. And don't forget, if you haven't had a chance yet, hit that like button. If you found this video helpful at all, hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Like I said, we're working our way towards 2,500 subscribers. We're getting very, very close. I'd love for you guys to help me hit that goal. We're going to do a 12-hour live stream once we hit that, and try and tie it in with Extra Life and raise money for some sick kids. So yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, guys, have a great day. We'll talk later.